All right, so welcome back, everybody. This is Trading with Gray. As you know, I am Gray, and this is the House of Gray. Okay, so I am going to be going over our weekly outlook, and with nothing more to say, let's hop right into this, right? Because that is exactly what y'all want to see. Now, we are going to start off with Bitcoin. I did mark this up potentially 2 weeks ago. So if you go back and watch my last week or 2 weeks ago weekly outlook, you can see where I came up with these levels. And you can see how these levels are currently holding in this week or last week, right? I did say in Bitcoin, if we got some type of pullback up here, let me change the color, that I would be looking for price to pull on back down to one of these levels. That is why it is marked off. And as you can see, that is exactly what we got, right? I'm not drawing these up after the market happens. I'm drawing these up before the market moves these areas, so you can see me call these out live. You do see me call these out every week before the market opens up. I'm not like them traders out there that you're going to see that'll call out a trade or call out a zone after the move has already happened, right? I clearly come on here and week after week, I call these zones out for you, right? Pay attention and you can learn some gems. So I did call this zone out over here about 103,000 on Bitcoin. Price has now entered that area, right? So I'm going to delete this so I can now mark up what potentially I think will happen next. Okay, now that we did get price to enter our zone, you don't just take a buying position in hopes that price is going to continue on up, and you don't just put your stop down here. Why? Because price has still pushed on down bearish. Price is still continuing to make higher lows or lower lows and lower highs, right? That is exactly what happened here. Now, the only thing that is going to confuse 99% of you traders out there is this area right here. Okay, now this will not confuse me, and it should not confuse you, because if you go back into our 3-day mini course, this is just another low. It is only until price breaks this area, pulls on back, gives us some type of structure, gives us then our buying opportunity or our buying signal, that we would then take the opportunity or the long position on up. Where 99% of traders fail and blow their account is that they assume that since this has happened here, since we had this minor bull trend, y'all are going to expect Bitcoin to fly to the moon, right? But that is exactly what is not going to happen. What is going to happen is you still need price to break what? To break levels. It's only when price breaks these levels, which is going to be up here, and then is going to be right here where price is trading on now. Only then, when price breaks these levels, will you see a retest to continue on up. If you don't see those levels broken, price will not continue on up. This will act as what? Act as resistance, or act as a ceiling, as we talked about, to keep it basic, and price will bounce around here and potentially even head back on down. Now, I'm not saying just because we get some type of bear movement will this fall out the sky, because then again, as a trader, you want to have some type of, you want to be able to see or decipher from bullish to bearish. So when price does reject from here, price will have to come back on down to some type of support area and break that level as well. It is only then, if price can break this new support area or this new floor, come back, build structure here, then will price continue on down. What am I saying, or what am I looking for next? I want to see this week if price can do one of two things. If price can build structure down here to potentially then break this level here, or if price is going to continue on up, build structure up here to continue on down. Now, this is considered a range. We don't trade a range. What we want to do is wait to see if price breaks on out down here. Let me change the color for y'all. Or if price breaks on up here, right? It's only then, when price breaks out of this range, that price will continue on some type of way. It's going to break on downwards to continue on bearish, and it's going to break on upwards to continue on obviously bullish. US 30, then again, same scenario as Bitcoin. I drew this up probably about 2 weeks ago. You can see we are just in some type of range, And as of now, what am I looking for coming into next week? Let's go down here to the daily and keep it simple. I'm not going to erase this just yet, but let's talk about it, right? I did say that price is going to do one of two things. Price is either going to come on down here, build some type of structure to continue on up, and then once price got into this red zone, which is acting as a what? As a ceiling, was then potentially price going to build structure, as we could see, to head back on down. As of now, all we need to do is wait and be patient to see what will happen, right? One of two things is going to happen. Price is either going to A, break above this level, come back, reject to continue on up, or B, price is going to come back to this level where we are now, come back underneath, build that structure to continue back on down. It's that simple. One of two things is going to happen here. Now, I am not going to call a breakout. 99% of the times you call a breakout, you will just get caught up in the fake out, right? You will end up blowing your account and then price could still continue your way anyways. How about you just be patient and wait for the pullback, right? So as US 30, what are we going to do this week? We are simply going to sit on our hands and wait to see if price does one of two things, like I said, breaks out upwards or breaks on out downward. Then and only then will we catch the retracement, look for the signal to continue that continuation pattern. All right, let's move on with gold. Now, gold, I already drew this up again 2 weeks ago. Let's just talk about it. What is going to happen? Obviously, I can tell you gold is in some major bullish structure. Okay, it is only when one of these two levels is broken that price would be considered bearish. As of now, I do want to see price pull on back to some type of floor, keep it basic, build structure before continuing on up. Okay, so as of now, I do want to see if price can pull back to this area over here. If not, we could also see price pull on back over here, as this is our last confirmed higher low point. Only when this point is broken, price will come back, build some type of structure to continue on down. Okay, until this last higher low point is broken, price is still going to be considered bullish. Now, pound USD, I don't trade, but as of now, we are still very bullish. If I do want to look for some type of buying opportunity, I would just look for some floor so price could come, pull on back, build structure before continuing on up. As of now, price is just too high for me to look for some type of buying opportunity, right? Too many times have I taken a buying opportunity this high just to see price pull on back, stop me out, and then continue on up later. Tesla. Now, this is my bread and butter. I do not trade Tesla, but I have called this in the past. Go back and watch my video, and I strictly called this area saying to be careful. And I even said be careful because the only way price would come down is with some type of economic news. And that is exactly what we got here. I am not a wizard, but this happens all the time in the markets. Y'all just fail to see the patterns and recognize the patterns. You keep on continuously looking for some type of holy grail strategy or holy grail blueprint, but the blueprint is there all along. The blueprint is in the patterns. Learn to read the market, learn to read the patterns, and you can call these zones out like I do every single week. Now, what am I looking for next? Well, I said it here. I would like to see if price would bounce on up at this floor, but it's not going to do that right away. We need to see structure be built before heading back on up. Now, NVIDIA, we are heading up into this into this ceiling, to keep it simple, or this resistance area. Now, I don't want to trade the breakout, as the breakout has caused me many losses, right? Let's keep it simple. I want to see if it will break on up, pull back, build structure, then continue on up, or some type of economic news will come out and it's going to push NVIDIA on down. Simple. Other than that, I am going to be patient enough to wait to see which one of these two scenarios will play out. Other than that, I don't trade NASDAQ, so I don't need to go over it. Euro USD, I don't need to go over it. and USD JPY. I don't need to go over it, but I do want to say if you need more help and you want some one-on-one training, DM me now.